Hey everybody, thanks so much for jumping in and yeah, we're just excited to kind of just put a little video together real quick. We're getting ready to head down to Springfield for the month. Let me tell you, it's quite fun and interesting to try to figure out how to pack the vehicle for 6 people for enough stuff to have our things for a month and travel and make sure the kids are going to be good and all of that. And
Our house looks like Sam's Club and a laundromat exploited currently.
yeah, that's true. So no, that's why we're doing this video outside, because you guys don't need to see the inside of our house right now. But yeah, hey, we just want to just say thank you guys so much for the way that you guys have been partnering with us. Thank you for joining with us in this journey. Even you guys watching this video is a huge way of helping. And we're excited for what God's doing in our lives and the way God's already been using us. And so thank you so much for joining alongside this journey with us. And but we wanted to take a moment and we wanted to kind of talk about another way you can partner with us. And one of those ways is through financially. And, people have asked, about the financial aspect of things as we're raising our support. And I want to say thank you to those that have already decided to start giving. And we want to say thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you guys.
That's obviously a huge blessing. It's a huge way of how it's how we are going to be able to get there. And there's 2 different aspects to partnering with us through giving. One of those is through one-time giving. And that one-time giving is basically how we get there. So that one-time giving helps cover all the different costs of us getting to the field itself. And then another way is to those that are able to give and commit to a monthly pledge. And in that one, we kind of wanted to take this month, since we're not able to do really a whole lot of itinerating and going and meet with the pastors, because we're going to be down in Springfield for the month of June here. We wanted to kind of share a little bit of one of the ways, and honestly one of the biggest part of our budget, which is our kids' schooling. So Elise, why don't you talk a little bit about what the goal is for schooling, since you kind of have been that head person for us for schooling for the last, 9 years.
10 years. Yeah.
So you've been doing homeschooling all the way up until this point. So why don't you share a little bit about what our journey looks like here in Japan?
So we never went into our kids' schooling thinking we were going to homeschool. Just to kind of take you way back, we never had kids and thought, okay, we're going to homeschool someday, as some people do. It was something that we actually had Ethan enrolled in public kindergarten at a public school, and we just really felt the Lord laid on our hearts, say, nope, keep him home. So we did cyber schooling for that year, public charter school online, and then after that we moved to New York and they didn't have that available. So one of the pastor's wives at the church we're at was fantastic and just kind of helped me learn all the nuances about homeschooling, because again, it was not something we ever planned on doing. So with that being said, we've always held our kids' education with open hands, saying, Lord, you know our kids better than we do, and we just are putting their education in your hands. We're putting our trust in you, and we would just reevaluate it every year. So 9 years later, 10 years later, if you include Ethan's kindergarten, we are still homeschooling. And honestly, when we knew we were called to Japan, one of the first things we thought about was obviously our kids, and we thought we would continue homeschooling there, because even though you can technically do it there, we thought, okay, well, we'll just continue doing what we're doing. But the great thing with AGWM and the organization we're with is that we've had a lot of people mentoring us, and people who have been to Japan, people who know the culture, people who've been there with kids, and they have just given us so much great advice and things to consider. So our area directors, we had some good conversations with them about schooling plans, as they also live in Japan, in Tokyo. And they told us some things that we weren't really aware about with just the culture of Japan. So they said that in Japan, they have the public Japanese school system. And that wasn't really an option for us because it's completely in Japanese. Our kids don't know any really Japanese.
Right. So pretty much they would be sitting there with like a
Google
translator
Translate
app open on like a phone, and then they're trying to figure out how to kind of walk through that.
Yeah.
And then they also said that bullying can be somewhat bad there as well.
Yeah.
Again, one of the things, again, this is kind of jumping back just a little bit before you jump into continuing that. It's one of the issues actually with Christianity and why it's so hard there is because their culture is all about don't go against the flow. So, here in America, it's all about do your own thing, be your own person, you know, be an entrepreneur. And that's not the way it is over there. In fact, one of their big proverbs is the nail that sticks up is the nail that gets hammered down.
Yep.
So relating that back to school is our kids obviously being American, they don't fit in, they're not Japanese, nor should they be, right? Because that's not who they are. I'm not trying to make them that. So what does that look like? The chances for bullying just really steps up, along with the fact that their school system is ran on a yearly basis, meaning like they run from, what is it? April to March.
April to March,
yeah. April to March. So it's just a whole different ball game. And so through the conversations, they even said to us, they're like, we wouldn't even let you put them in public school.
Yes.
So
that was not an option. And again, homeschooling, we technically could do that there, but it's kind of seen as something weird. It's not something that's commonly done. Mainly expats are the ones that are doing homeschooling in Japan. And one of the main reasons why we decided not to continue with homeschooling in Japan is because there will not be a whole lot of opportunities for our kids to make friends and make community if they are not engaged in school. So basically the churches there, the average size is about 30 people. So there's a probability that they might not meet kids their age or even kids at all when we're at church.
Yeah.
So here in America, that is a large part of their socialization and their friends is through church. So we were told that that may not be the case in Japan. So basically we thought, okay, so we can't depend on church to give them the friendships. With homeschooling, they probably wouldn't really even see kids because they said kids are so, in the public school system in Japan, they are so focused on schooling, and then after school they have tutoring, and then they have after school extracurricular activities. So they're very busy, and they have their own friends that they go to school with, that they are in school with all day. So they kind of already have their friend group. So it's not really a thing to go and make friends.
Hold on, sorry. We're on our road right now, which if anyone knows where we are, they'll know that our road is actually, this person's about to find out that the road's actually closed.
The bridge is closed.
And you have to turn around and come back around. So it's gonna be
we
a fun.
thought we weren't going to see anybody on this road.
Right, because we figured, hey, look, the bridge is closed. And they've been telling everybody that. But so yeah, if you're in our area, if you're from the Brisbane area, you know that where I'm talking about.
It is
and
big news around here.
yeah, in fact, the bridge actually has its own Facebook page. So hope you guys are enjoying that aspect of it too. So we get to have some fun as people come flying down the road and find out that the road's actually closed. And then they go zooming back. So as soon as they go back, we'll continue up with exactly what's going on and everything. But yeah, so again, homeschooling, not an option. It's not common. They're not going to be able to build friendships and relationships and everything that they need to. Public school is out because it's just not a viable option for our kids to really be able to learn.
Especially having never been in a school system before.
Yeah.
And the Japanese public school system is very rigorous.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It would be even more of a culture shock than just even going to Japan.
Right. Right. So all those things to be said, we've really come to the conclusion that the last option that we have, which is a great option, don't get me wrong, but it kind of narrowed it down to that the option that we really have is to put them into a private school. So this private school, and again, some of those big things around it of why we believe that it's the right thing for our kids is because, number one, they're gonna be able to build friendships. If our kids don't build friendships, long-lasting relationships and friendships, what's gonna happen is that we're not gonna be able to be here long term, because if our kids aren't gonna be able to last, then that's not gonna be good for us to be able to be here and to do the ministry. So they're gonna build friendships. One of the other big things is that they're actually gonna learn the Japanese language in school. Whoa,
What was that?
Something just dropped right into the water. Let's see if we can catch it. I think it was a turtle.
That was a huge turtle.
I don't know. Oh. Nope.
Wow.
It's not gonna switch around. All right, well, let's just finish up our video here. Because you guys...
the unstable bridge.
No, that's fine. So anyway, going back to what are we doing? Why are we doing it? Number one, again, it's for our kids to be able to build friendships. Number two is for our kids to learn the language, because if our kids are going to be able to last there, they're going to need to learn the language too.
And I can't be the one to teach it
no,
to them.
and I'm not. So, so for us, it really is something for us to be able to say, hey, by them being able to go to school, they're going to be able to learn the language. They can build friendships. It's a Christian school, so that's another great thing as well. And then on top of that, it's also ran at the same time of school year as it is here in America.
Yep.
So they're running from basically that September to June time, just like they do here in the States. So as we travel back and forth, it's going to be the way that they're going to be able to have some normalcy to what they're doing. And ultimately, we just feel like it also frees us up in our timing because, okay, going back to the language, they say it's in the top 3 hardest languages for Westerners.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 different alphabets, which are...
You have hiragana, which is the alphabet used for Japanese native words. They have katakana, which is all other foreign words that they take in and have made into words. And then they have kanji, which are Chinese characters, which you
just mean a whole word.
Yeah, you have to memorize.
You can't sound it out. You have to memorize.
Yeah.
Everything. So because of that, that's what a lot of our schooling is going to be doing that. So because we're going to have our own schooling to do, for her to try to be able to teach everything, or me trying to teach everything, or splitting it even, it's not going to work out. So all in all, we really have come to the conclusion that this is the best alternative option for our family. Yep. So we're excited about it.
Our kids are excited.
They are. And we weren't sure because they've never done anything other than homeschooling. So we weren't sure what they were gonna really be like. But they were like, no, we're really excited about this, and they've got extracurricular activity things that they're gonna be able to do and be a part of. Because again, we want to make sure that our kids aren't, I don't know, what's the right word? That they're not. I don't want to say suffering, but like that they're not losing out their education, because that's important for their future. It's important for them to build friendships and relationships. Again, for us, for longevity, we need to be able to have that as well. So what we're doing this month is you're going to see some graphics coming out, and but what we're trying to do is we've taken the monthly amount that we need to raise for our kids' schooling, and we've broken it up into kind of bite-sized amounts, so that way people can, because I know some people are like, well, I don't really know, like, how can I help? And again, we're talking about partnership financially, and listen, if you're not able to do that, we understand. It's okay. Yep. We need you to be praying for us as well. Exactly. So please do not think that if you can't partner with us financially, that it's anything less, because it's not, because we need the prayers as well. But for those that are able to help us financially and help us support us monthly, and help us to go, what we're trying to do is we're breaking up into smaller increments. So I think it's $10, $25, $50, and $100 amounts, that we're saying, hey, would you help us to be able to put our kids into school and to be able to help in that way? And we're hoping that that's a way that you can look at and say, yeah, well, you know what, I can do that $10 a month. Or maybe there's someone out there like, yeah, I could totally do the $100 a month. There's sizes for everybody. So, and then as they're coming in and as we receive them, we'll kind of mark them off on that little chart that Elise has made, because she's the graphics person. So she makes everything look nice. So we'll mark that off, and we'll just check that off. And basically we're going to see how collectively how we can do this together is actually how we can raise that. Because somebody goes, well, I don't know, is $10 a month really, can that really add up to anything? Yeah, it can. Yep. It can when we do things together. So that's what we're doing. We're partnering, we're coming together, and we're just saying thank you so much for even considering it. Thanks for watching this video and watching this super long video where, you're probably like, just get to the point, let's go. But that's okay, because we're trying to share our journey along the way as well. So thanks for following along with us. Anything else you want to add?
No, but just that we're really grateful. I mean, we're blown away by the support that we've received so far, both financially and through prayer. So we just appreciate you even just praying and considering partnering with us, and just helping our kids build community, because that's what it's all about. Like, it's not just sending our kids to school. It's about providing for their emotional well-being, because they're uprooting their entire lives. This is one of the biggest things that will ever happen in their life, and just being able to do something that will help with that transition, that will give them some stability in a completely foreign country that's completely new to them, for them to be able to have friends and build a life in Japan. That's what sending them to school is going to be able to do. So
Yeah.
we appreciate you prayerfully considering partnering with us to help get our kids to this private school.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks again for watching this video. We love you guys. Appreciate all of you, even as we're standing here on this broken down bridge that's by our house. So again, if you know us, look, here's a nice beautiful bridge that's out of commission. So just figured I'd show you guys that part of it too. But again, just saying thanks so much.
Yep.
We appreciate all of you, and we'll keep you guys updated as we're down in Springfield. And thanks so much. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.